we focus on giving you the opportunity to learn from professionals from various fields to help you explore your passions and your interests. Hi, my name is Elaine, and today I will be interviewing Dr. Chichoa, who specializes in the intersection of data science and other scientific applications such as healthcare and medicine. Today, I will ask a series of interesting questions about Dr. Chichoa's work for her to answer. This video will showcase the highlights of this conversation, but if you are interested in listening to the full interview, feel free to tune in to our Spotify using the link in the description. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Hi, Dr. Chichoa. It's really nice to meet you. How are you doing today?
Very nice to meet you too. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, so we wanted to first ask, and first of all, please introduce yourself and fun facts about yourself in your area of expertise.
So I am Roselyne Chiwa. I'm an assistant professor at the university, at DePaul University. This is my fifth year, the beginning of my fifth year. Um, my I teach data science course, mostly graduate level data science course, and my research is also at the intersection of data science and other scientific applications, including medicine and healthcare. A fun fact about myself right now is that I have a 7-year-old daughter. I mean, also, I guess I could say a fun fact about myself that people don't know if that I speak French and two other dialects from Africa. I'm from Senegal and West Africa.
Yeah, that's definitely a very interesting fact. Um, so I was wondering, so to get started with your area of expertise in your research, I wanted to know a little bit more about your current research interests and
Yes,
specific areas, because you mentioned that you were interested in medicine and healthcare. Like,
yes.
what is the specific area within medicine and healthcare that you explore?
Yes, right now, and it's good that you ask this way, my current, because I have my thesis work and I've always been around machine learning. So my thesis was my own PhD thesis was in machine learning and extracting information from text. And it was already working with materials, so material scientist. But lately, my own agenda has revolved around healthcare, and specific area would be um, applied machine learning in some sense, right? But as some of your other questions emphasize, working with domain scientists and trying to incorporate their knowledge into healthcare. So right now, the particular field that I'm carving is around health equity and doing data science. So it would be like more, there's already healthcare informatics and medical informatics, but this would be around health equity informatics. So, and how I'm trying to do that right now is to work with the community health workers and the current survey data that they collect. I'm hoping that by working with them, I understand the data better. So, for example, they can help me with feature selection. So, which features based on their experience is important, right? So that's one example. And another example, if like in machine learning, let's say we want to identify certain subgroups of patients, right? And that may have particular needs. Clustering can be really difficult and there's no right answer. So in classification, we have a yes, no answers, and we can check whether we're right or wrong. But when we are looking for groupings, it's much harder and there is no absolute answer. So you have to work with experts to present them clusters and say, yes, this makes sense. This does not make sense. Can we explain those clusters? Do we need to merge some or split some? I could use their input to do this kind of action.
Okay, so kind of on the topic of this relationship between like working with you and working like with you and the expert, I was wondering, are there specific challenges that you've encountered while working with these experts with this machine learning process for healthcare applications?
Yes, I have found, so actually I'm also working in this area, applying for proposal in this area and things like that. And I think the National Science Foundation and the National Institute of Health, they all recognize that interdisciplinary projects and collaborations are very important. But and they want to fund more projects like that. But I found that people don't, in general, when they have data science papers, don't talk enough about this collaboration and the challenges that you encounter. Challenges are, for example, the doctors may be very good at medicine, but they don't have any idea about data science. And they shouldn't have to be converted into data scientists. That's not the point. But we should find ways to introduce them to data science in a way that is efficient and only focused on their contribution to the models. So that's the part that I hope to take on. Same thing from the other side. You have data scientists who understand what data looks like, but people don't talk about how long it takes them to fully understand the domain question in a way that they can actually solve the problem. So challenges involve figuring out how much each one of these type of scientists need to know about the other one in order to work well together and build the model together. I think that this is underestimated as a challenge. And we see it, people build it in project team, but we don't document how that works and what are good lessons and pitfalls. People just kind of figure it out as they go. So that's definitely a challenge that I can see that I've encountered.
Yeah. So at this point in the interview, we're kind of going to talk about more of the impacts of your field. And I was
Yes.
wondering, how do you envision the impact of your research in data science and its applications to healthcare and medicine? And how will this evolve in the future?
Yes. Oh, that's a long, broad question. So there are so many levels to that. I think when I looked at proposal, I have to argue for the broader impact of my research. And there are some different levels. So there's what the application itself is trying to do. So in that context, for Sinai, it would be great that they are actually able to use my current tools to improve their survey questions and their process. So if I can improve the process of checking in patients, taking in their information, and helping avoid that they come back to the ER. So this is a direct impact in terms of the application. And this leads to the hospital valuing this program more, creating more programs in different clinics, because right now this is only run at 3 or 4 clinics, but Sinai is a big healthcare system. So if I can contribute to adding this to many clinics, that would be a very direct impact. And of course, like patient lives and, healthcare, well-being. So there's that aspect of it. Also, I mean, and not to be cynical or there's also a money. One advice I got, or one question I got from this paper, which is very relevant, is to put the benefit of using this program in terms of money, in terms of dollar amount, because if I can do that, then you really definitely get hospitals more involved, more curious, more willing to fund something that will eventually help them, right? So there is that aspect from the application. From the data science perspective, really, my impact would be to facilitate the interdisciplinary aspect of data science, and the integrating human knowledge into models. People do talk about this, they talk about the importance, but there is no clear model about how to do that, right? So there are different examples, and it's so broad that it's hard to pinpoint what do people mean when they say interdisciplinary and efficient interdisciplinary research. So I hope to contribute in that framework, or facilitating collaboration between disciplines around data science. So that's another impact from the data science perspective.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of to wrap this interview up,
Yeah.
I was wondering, what advice would you like to give to students who are really looking to pursue a similar field?
So the advice I would give them is to find something they're really interested in. My little experience so far being an assistant professor has shown me that sometimes working with students who are less knowledgeable but more enthusiastic is sometimes better than some people who have the skills but are not interested, right? Because once you are passionate about something, you can learn more and you can continue to learn. So I would, say find areas that you're very interested in, and then, go full speed, and don't worry about what you know or don't know, because you can learn it as long as you're interested.
So you would say that enthusiasm and determination is key?
Absolutely. I mean, that's my 2 cents so far in what I've learned.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. That will conclude the interview. We really enjoyed interviewing you today, and we really, really think that we learned so much from what you said and kind of what this interdisciplinary field entails.
Thank you very much. And let me know if you need me to clarify anything in the future.
Thank you, Dr. Tachoa, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this interview helped you gain more interest in the fascinating intersections between different fields. Please check out our Spotify via the link in the description for the full interview. If you are interested in more content like this, feel free to explore all the other videos we have on our channel. We hope to see you in our future videos as we explore other intriguing topics.